New Kid Cudi album, Entergalactic. Hey, what's up, Sean? Since your boy seen your album critic Skeef here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Kid Cudi's new album that dropped like 2 days ago, Entergalactic. There's also like a companion piece to the album. The series came out like at the same time. It's called a series, but there's only like one and a half hour episode. So it's kind of just a movie, but anyway, I'm just gonna give my sort of first impressions on the album. I'll make a separate video for the film part, or the series part. So straight to the point, let's get straight into it, as I frequently say. Here's a montage of me saying I'm gonna get straight into it. Let's get into it. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna get straight into it. Let's just get straight into it. I'm just gonna get straight into it. All right, so let's get straight into it. So right off the bat, I just wanna say, I like the album. I think that there's a certain quality people expect from Kid Cudi, and it's like really fucking high, and I think that this album does meet that expectation, at least for me, and my ears, and my brain. I think that it sounds really well put together, well produced. Sometimes his vocals sound a little bit like, I have a weird way of explaining things, but I can't put it into any other words other than it sounds like there's smoke in his throat. Probably because there was smoke in his throat, because he fucking chuffs. It doesn't really have those sort of standout moments like in the instrumentals like the other albums do. Can't Believe It with 2 Chainz, that's fucking, I love that. I don't care what anyone says, that song fucking slaps!
Can't believe it, baby, no you can't believe it, baby, riding through the city and I'm coasting biscuits.
I went on a walk yesterday, I fucking listened to that on repeat. It's got some like memorable instrumentals, but it's also sort of got some that just sort of blend together. I easily think that the best song on the album is Willing to Trust, which came out as a single before the album came out like the other week. The beat on that makes me... I think it does really well at like sounding very professional, but also keeping like the Kid Cudi beats like that you heard on like A Kid Named Cudi. He changed his sound a lot over time, and it's cool to just see him go back to like those cool hard-hitting, crispy, fucking clickety-clackety drums, you know what I mean? I don't even know what I mean. I don't know what music is. Even though Kid Cudi said this album isn't a soundtrack to the series, I think it's kind of hard to ignore because I watched the series before I listened to the album. And if I'm being honest, it does kind of just sound like a soundtrack to the movie. He did say it's not, but to me it sort of is like a soundtrack to the movie, which I have no problem with because it's a good ass fucking movie. I'm gonna make a video about it. It's really cool. I love the animation. I'll talk about that in that video. I really like this cool idea of having the film come out with the album and they sort of are within each other, and I think it's kind of like, I've never seen it before. It's probably been done before. I live under a rock most of the time. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't seen anyone do it before, so it was a new experience. It was cool. I got to watch the movie, hear sort of parts of the music, and then listen to the album. I think that if I hadn't watched the series before I listened to the album, I wouldn't have liked it as much. Music's cool, man. Just shut up and enjoy it. You know what I mean? And another thing I want to say, which is similar to the main topic in my last video, which was about Speeding Bullet to Heaven. Mental stuff. And I kind of just stood up for it and said it's not that bad, and it's actually pretty beautiful. Go check it out. It's somewhere on the thing. Go check it out. Basically, I was saying that I think the only way to understand that album is to sort of be in that headspace, which is a pretty dark headspace. And from what I've heard so far of other people's reactions, I feel like it might sort of be the same for this album, but this time it's like the complete opposite. I feel like sometimes people didn't understand Speeding Bullet to Heaven because they weren't super depressed. I feel like in the same way, this album's more of a happy album. So if you're not feeling sort of upbeat and a little bit in love, it's not going to be the album for you. And it certainly isn't for me, but I can still listen to it and appreciate it. That's the beautiful thing about music, is it can put you in a mood. Music's pretty cool. This is a little appreciation moment for music as a whole right now. A big theme of the film and the album is Kid Cudi, or I guess Jabari, the character in the film, is falling in love. I guess just feeling hopeful, upbeat, a little more happy. It's just the feeling of falling in love. I think that if you're not sort of in that mind space, you don't have to be falling in love, but if you're not in that sort of upbeat, happy headspace, you're not gonna relate to it as much. You can still listen to it like I did. I'm definitely not in that headspace, but I can listen to the album, appreciate it, and, you know, but I think that if I were in that sort of headspace a little more, maybe I would like it. Actually, no, I know I would like it more, but instead I'm sitting here relating to Speeding Bullet to Heaven. Lord help me. Anyway, And even though the album has a nice selection of bangers, I can't help but feel a little like zoned out at times. You go through these songs that are just sort of like Kid Cudi doing his humming thing, talking about falling in love over and over again on the same sort of spacey like instrumentals, which isn't a bad thing. Like, it's beautiful, but it's, I don't know. I think coming off of Man on the Moon 3, I expected it to sort of switch up a little more, like each song sort of hit harder than the last, or like just sort of change themes every now and then, but it sort of felt consistently the same feeling throughout the whole thing. But then there's that middle part where it goes, willing to trust, can't believe it, living my truth, and maybe so. Those sort of, that middle part of the album. Anyway, that's my really rushed, shitty review of Entergalactic. If I were to give it a number out of 10, I'd give it, as of now, first impressions, I'd give it a 7. A 7, maybe a 7.5. Thanks for watching. I've got a new song coming out on the 12th, I think. It's a pretty fun, upbeat song. I'm pretty excited to release it. I know no one's gonna listen to it anyway. Hey, it's seen your skeef. I'm about to keep it brief. Gonna leave y'all bitches in disbelief. Gonna blow your mind like a bitch's queef. Gonna make your girl wet like my neighbor's niece. She 18. Yeah, I was raised in the streets. In the flats with the rest, that's where I be. Spitting my shit like it's glee. Got so much hair on balls, I'm a chimpanzee. Yeah, look out for that. Go watch this or this, whatever's on the screen. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flippity fuck off.